Welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco and we are back with another episode of
Hot Comics,
a series where each week I pick out 5 comics that I think you should pick up now. And we've been watching as comics have been exploding left and right, and it's better to be ahead of the curve and pick them up while they're cheap. Now, quick reminder, I am doing a giveaway on some awesome comics, including a sweet John Romita signature on that Ultimate Spider-Man 100. Now, all you have to do, basically, leave a comment and be subscribed, but there is a video in the description, a link to it. If you want to check out all the rules and details and all that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and click on that after you watch this and get all informed and whatnot. But let's go ahead and hop into today's video with Moon Knight #1. Now, this is going to be his first ongoing series, and you can get about $60. So, it's his first ongoing series. It's the first appearance of Bushman, which is rumored to be appearing in the Disney Plus show that's coming up. And then also, first appearance of Khonshu, which is a pretty big staple to what Moon Knight is now. So he didn't start with Khonshu, but in the first ongoing solo series here, we get Khonshu, and it's very tied and ingrained into the character that has become Moon Knight over many years. So there's different variations, and sometimes Khonshu's real and not real and different things, but he's at least thinks he's real, I think, in most of the time. So this is just a solid book. We do have the Disney Plus show coming up with Oscar Isaac, right, going to be playing him. We've been getting teases of, him showing off some martial arts and training and whatever, stunt, whatever you want to call it. So I'm pretty excited about it. We have a new Moon Knight series coming out, being written by Jed MacKay in a little bit. I can't remember exactly when it's going to come out. I'm excited about that. I feel like they're doing a good job at building Moon Knight hype, and I think this is going to be a solid book to have. Now, granted, it's not his first appearance, and his first appearance isn't crazy ridiculously expensive, but this is a solid book to have, and it does have some really good first appearances in it as well. So, moving on, we are going to talk about Punisher 219, and this is going to be the first full appearance of the Punisher War Machine armor. You can get this book for about $40. Now, a few episodes ago, I think I talked about 218, and that was his first cameo appearance, which is a good book to get as well. But this is the first full appearance, and personally, I like this cover better. Like, if you were just going to pick one, I'd definitely pick this one. Now, again, same thing as last time. There are rumors, and kind of more so desires, I think, from people that Punisher, everybody liked John Bernthal for the most part as Punisher. So, there's talks about him and Charlie Cox and, the rest of the Defenders Netflix people coming back into the MCU and, being canon, or whether they throw out the shows or not, just to keep the characters, And so there's at least a theory or a rumor, I don't know what you want to call it, that they might introduce John Bernthal's Punisher in the upcoming Armor Wars series, which is going to feature Don Cheadle reprising his role as War Machine, Rhodes. Oh my god, I almost said Randy Rhodes. That's a guitar player. But anyway, I personally think that would be super awesome. I don't know how much sense it would make, but Armor Wars is all about, typically, throughout the books at this point, keep the idea, the essence. We're not going beat for beat because Tony Stark isn't even alive. But the whole idea of Armor Wars is people are taking, Stark tech and building knockoff Iron Man suits, which was kind of, what the Iron Man series was working with a little bit. But now, people actually have it, and supposedly, War Machine's got to clean it up. But we could get the Punisher War Machine. Now, I'm planning to see on other people, maybe Crimson Dynamo or Titanium Man, people like that. Justin Hammer might come back. But, I think it'd be a little spicier if we had the Punisher. Now, what he's doing, what his goal is, I don't know. Writers, they can figure that out or something, I don't know. But it'd be a fun one to see. Let's go ahead and move on, though, to X-Men 213. Now, you can get this book for about $20. It's got a few cool things going on for it. So, it's the first cameo appearance of Mr. Sinister. There's a lot of hype for Mr. Sinister right now, because he's a villain that was never used in the Fox stuff. Hinted at They were building the groundwork, which is unfortunate. The one time you see someone other than the MCU like actually carefully building up to a character and it doesn't even happen is so bad. But since he wasn't used and he's such a prominent X-Men villain, that's probably a strong one that they would want to use moving into the MCU just to be a bit different. Other than that, this book has a couple other cool things going on for it. It's the first time Betsy Braddock goes by the name of Psylocke, and it is also the first cover appearance of Wolverine vs. Sabretooth. So, pretty solid book all around. I got a second copy of it recently. I had a direct edition. I recently picked up a newsstand. So, I'm pretty happy to have both of those, and I think it is a very good book to pick up. And a pretty cheap book that you can find right now as well. Moving on, we have Incredible Hulk $4.49. You can get this book for about $150. Now this is going to be your first appearance of the Thunderbolts. And there's lots and lots of hype for Thunderbolts right now. Personally, I don't know. I kind of think we would have already had hints of it had the Black Widow movie came out. Maybe we're just all holding on to a dream. I don't know, but I would really, really love to get the Thunderbolts. We have Ross. I'd like to see a big mustached Red Hulk in the MCU. And you know, the group is probably going to be different than the comics, and that's fine. We have Zemo. We have maybe Taskmaster. We have Abomination. I don't care. Just throw some villains that you haven't killed off yet. And, you know, we can make our little Thunderbolts team. That'll be super cool. Regardless, even if the team's not the same, this book will go up being the first Thunderbolts. You know, the teams will change and stuff, and I can't even... It doesn't matter who's on the team. It really doesn't. But regardless, pretty solid book. And I've been trying to pick up more Hulk keys and stuff like that as well. So this is kind of a little double whammy if you're a fan of Hulk. Moving on to my fifth book, last book that I'm going to talk about, Invincible Iron Man, number 9. This is volume 2. You can get this book for around about $200. Now this is going to be your first full appearance of Riri Williams. And if you've watched this channel, you know I'm an Iron Man dude. And I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for Ironheart. And I've been picking up Invincible Iron Man number 1, volume 3, because that's a pretty dumb cheap book, and I found it for stupid prices already. And that book is definitely going to go up there. It won't be as expensive as this issue, because the price difference right now is already crazy. And I kind of like the volume 3, number 1, better as just a cover. But this book, I mean, it's first Riri Williams and a solid cover nonetheless. So this is a solid book. It's going to definitely go up once we get the Ironheart series. Like I said, I've been talking about Ironheart for a very long time now. And this is a book that actually I haven't been able to find yet. I've been looking, and I'm trying to get one at a reasonable price, but that's getting harder and harder. Maybe you have one for sale. You should probably hold on to it. But if you're generous, maybe you want to give me a good deal on it. Probably not, but I gotta throw my shot, right? But that's gonna be my last book I talk about this week. 5 books, a little bit on the pricier side. I feel like the XMen 213 is a relatively cheap key. And then, you know, the last 2 were a little bit pricier, but again, these books are only gonna go up. Like, I really don't think these are bad investments. I think these are solid things to get into. And even, you know, sometimes you gotta put a little bit more into a book and you'll have even crazier payouts. If you want to sell it or you want to trade it for other things or whatever you may be doing, you might just be keeping it and be like, man, I got myself a pretty expensive book that I didn't pay that much for. So regardless, thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you think about these 5 books that I picked. Are there other books that I'm not even thinking about? Because honestly, there's a bajillion books you could go out there and buy and be a solid investment. Let me know in the comments. That's going to be it for this week. I will see you Wednesday with my new comic pulls for the week. Take it easy.